We're coming to the end of my Realm of Chaos project, and when I say the end, I mean like the last 4 months of the project. So it's not really that near the end, it's like halfway through, but it's coming to the end in terms of models. So this is going to be the last video, and I'm not going to be going back to the Realms of Chaos random warband generator because I've done that 4 times now. And that seems like sufficient. So just to recap where I was with the project, I've done 4 random Chaos warbands, and I've done an artillery section pulled from the main rulebook. And the aim of this project was to paint up the Realm of Chaos models that I've had on my painting shelves for a really, really long time, and not to buy any more models for it. And so in my first month, everything that I painted up was basically a new acquisition. In my second month, I did okay. I think I bought up a couple of things, but not too much. I had the Dragon Ogres, I had the Minotaurs, so then maybe I did alright in the second month. In the third month, no, I think I did alright there, and in the fourth month I did alright there. So, but the artillery, I didn't. I didn't buy them. I was given them, but they are. I bought some of them, but they're new acquisitions, so they don't really count. Okay, so I've done not too badly, but the aim of the project was to clear my shelves of Realm of Chaos models that I needed to paint up. So what I need to do now is sit down and work out how much of the 3,000 points that we're running for the challenge I have actually spent on the stuff that I have painted up currently, and how much I've got left, and how that equates with the models that I have on the shelf. So I've done a quick tot up, and I reckon that I'm at about circa, give or take a bit of flexibility, circa 1,998 points so far. So that leaves me 1,002 points. So that's we're pretty much on track for the 333 points per month. Some months have been a bit over, some have been a bit under, but it's pretty much balanced out at this point. So that gives me a little bit to work with. And now what I have on the shelves, I did a quick count. I have got 14 Champions of Chaos, Chaos Warrior type models, 2 of which look more like sort of sorcery type Sorcerers of Chaos. I've got 12 Beastmen and a Beastman Shaman, and then I've got another unit of the plastic Beastman Halberdiers, and that's pretty much it left on the shelf now. So I've done a pretty good job of clearing things. I've got some other models that could be pulled in as allies if I need to, but I think most of the big things are covered. I mean, I've got I've got Keeper of Secrets, but I'm clearly not going to fit him in within that pointage. I'm going to have to wait for another occasion to paint that one up. So my Champions of Chaos, I definitely want to get those painted up. Yeah, I think they're going to be a really fun project to work on as sort of individual models within a unit, make them sort of slightly varied and slightly chaotic-y. I haven't really got a sense of how they're going to look in my head yet, but they're very fun models, and I think when I start painting them, they will paint themselves. I think they're such great sculpts. And I really want to run them as Chaos Warriors. Now, sorry, I should say, I've got my Slaneshi army list here from Slaves to Darkness. That's one thing that I'm going to be using to pick troops. I've also got the Chaos list from armies, because although the Slaneshi army list is a bit fuller, this gives points per unit of models, whereas the armies book gives points per model. So if I want to add models into units that already exist in warbands that I've generated, I'm going to be pointing those from the armies book. So I wanted to start with Chaos Warriors because you can't have a Chaos army that doesn't have Chaos Warriors in. I'm sorry, you can't. And I haven't got there yet. I managed to get some Thugs in last time, and I've got lots of Beastmen, but no Chaos Warriors yet. So I need some Chaos Warriors, and my Champions of Chaos, my Slaneshi Champions of Chaos, are going to be Chaos Warriors. Not Marauders. I know Marauders are much cheaper, and not particularly worse in battle, but they need to be full-on Warriors of Chaos. And this is good news for the painting side of things because I'm a bit strapped for time. But a unit of Chaos Warriors is 450 points. So that means that I need to paint 2/3 of a unit of Chaos Warriors a month for the next 3 months to satisfy my painting quota. So I think I'm not going to. I'm going to do a unit of 6, 6 being the magic Slaneshi chaos number, of course, a unit of 6 every month for the next 2 months, and that will give me 450 for the next 2 months. And in addition to each of those, I'm going to paint one of the Chaos Sorcerer type models at the same time. Reason for doing that is that, although then I'm not going to point them into my army, I don't need more chaos magic in this army, but I want to get them painted, and I want them to be painted at the same time in the same kind of style as the others, so that I can use them in future games. So they're not going to be part of my painting quota, but I'm going to include them because it's an extra model each time, and that will clear my shelf of Champions and Warriors of Chaos. So that's 900 points in total. So that only leaves me 102 points. Is that right? 450 and 1998. Yeah, that leaves me 102 points. Okay. Yes. So, next thing I have is Beastmen. I've got some more Beastmen, so I want to paint those up. Again, let's stick with the magic Slaneshi numbers of 6. I've got 12 Beastmen. I can do 2 units of 6, and then I've got a Shaman on the side that I can paint alongside one of those, again not to feature in the army, just to paint alongside it, at, what are they, 65 points each, I think? Yeah, 65 points each, so that would be 130 points, so that's too many points, but I can do, if I do one unit that has shields as well, that's plus 6 points, so that's 65 and a 71 point army. Okay, so I've got a 65 unit and a 75 and a 71 unit in addition to my 900 points. Okay, so I've got months left, so I can do, if I've got 4 months left, I can do a Warriors of Chaos, Beastmen, and that will take me to the end. It'll also take me over points. So I need one of those Beastmen units not to feature in the finished 3,000 point army, but I will paint it anyway, because while I'm painting Beastmen, I might as well paint all of them in the same style, make them look cohesive. So that will either leave me with, where was I, 102 points short, so that will either leave me with, if my calculation is right, 37 points left or 33 points left. Well, not a lot of variance in there. Now what I do have is 3 beast type Warriors of Chaos that I wanted to insert into one of the warbands earlier. I've got that unit of Minotaur headed beastmen and the sort of other creatures. There's like the seahorse guy and the pig guy. So I wanted to put them in there, but I didn't roll that when I was randomly rolling. So if I add them in now, I think they are beastmen. Yes, they were counted as beastmen, but they've got armour on, so they will count as armoured beastmen with shields. So that's adding 3 points. So that's 13 points per model. So 2 would be 26, 3 would be 39 points. If I'm looking for 102, that's going to be too many added to the 71, 90, 100. 104 added to the 60, that'll let me have 4 points, won't they? I'm sure they'll let me have 4 points extra over the 3,000. So if I include in the army 6 beastmen without shields, that's 65 points. And my 3, I mean, they could not have shields. I could not put shields on them or not count them as having shields. That would drop it by 3 points. I'd only be a point over. So let's do that. So 3 beastmen added to already existing units. It's another 39 points. So there we go. That's the remainder of my army for the next 4 months is going to be 6 Chaos Warriors, 6 Chaos Warriors, 6 beastmen, 3 beastmen to add to already existing units. But I'm also going to paint up 2 Chaos Sorcerers, a Beastman Shaman, another unit of 6 beastmen to go with the army just because they fit. So yeah, that'll give me a bit of flexibility for choosing future smaller contingents from it, and hopefully that should pretty much clear my shelf of chaos things. I did have a look at other things I've got. Oh, and the halberd bearing beastmen. I wonder if I should green stuff puffed sleeves on those guys and paint them up as well, just to have them in reserve in case I wanted to do a more stately chaos army and leave aside some of the warbands in the future. So maybe I'll fit those in as well if I have time. Not saying that I will have time, but if I have time. They were quite fun to do. I could do some more of those. So I have got I've got some ogres on the shelf. I've got some trolls on the shelf. I've got a few dark elves that I could put in as well, but quite honestly, they're all things that can wait for other projects. As long as I've got my beastmen and my warriors of chaos done, I think I'm going to be satisfied. So keep an eye on the blog to see how this turns out for this month anyway. That's the plan. Will I stick to it? We'll find out. Depends how much time I get over the next few months. Okay, see you next week for another video.